What's up, scorers? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about the players who changed the game. They not only changed the game on the court, they changed the game off the court as well. Some players changed the game more on the court than they did off the court, but nonetheless, they changed the game. The first guy I want to throw out there, he's an honorable mention. It's Shaq. That's right, Shaquille O'Neal. Top 5 guys. He didn't make the top 5, but he's worth talking about. Here's why. Shaq was a dominant player. To this day, if you go to a basketball court and you see someone 6'2", big and strong, you're going to look at him and say, baby Shaq. At one point, when you went to the court, there was always a heavy-set guy, strong guy, who was trying to play like Shaq. Shaq changed the game. Not only killed it on the court, but he killed it off the court. He's a rapper who went platinum. He also was an actor. For all you young guys who haven't seen Shaq act, go ahead and check out Blue Chips and Kazam. Kazam was a good movie. I ain't gonna hold you. Shout out to Shaq for Kazam, man. In addition to that, you see him to this day in commercials, see him on TNT, and don't forget, Shaq at 7'1" can dance his ass off. It was hard for me to cut Shaq out of the top 5 brands, but Shaq had a top tier elite brand. Now let's get into the top 5. For my 5th pick, I'm gonna go with Steph Curry. Steph Curry changed the game. He don't have too much of an off the court brand, but his on the court brand changed the game. You're talking about a player who was average height, average length, average athleticism for the NBA. He's about 6'3", went to a low Division I school, put that Division I school on the map. His style of play of shooting threes has so many delusional basketball players thinking they could do the same thing. He changed the game. I never thought that I would see a player shoot 15 threes in a game. When we was growing up, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, those were the best three-point shooters. They might have shot about 8 a game, 9 a game. If you're lucky, they might get to 10. Steph Curry putting it up, and he putting it up with higher percentage. Not to mention, his off-court brand ain't that bad. He got y'all wearing Under Armour sneakers. I never thought I would see guys wear Under Armour sneakers. When I was in college, I was introduced to Under Armour as the name it is, Under Armour. It was a compression shorts that people wore under their jerseys. Now, people wear them on their feet. He put that brand on the map because of his style of play. So shout out to Steph Curry, winning the 5th spot. Players who changed the game with their style of play on the court and their brand off the court. 4th, gotta give it up to my boy, LeBron James. LeBron James definitely changed the game. You're talking about 6'9", 260, pass, rebound, all-time leading scorer. And he's a winner. He's been in the public eye since he was about 7th grade. Haven't let us down yet. Exceeded all expectations. The only tough thing about LeBron James' brand is you can't mimic it. You can mimic Steph Curry. You can be a guy at 6'2" and work on your three-point shot and think you're Steph Curry. Now, you probably can't do it like Steph Curry, but you can shoot a bunch of threes like Steph Curry and potentially have a high percentage. LeBron James, you can't be 6'9", 260. You can't run as fast as him, jump as high as him, pass as well as him at the speed he's running, at the speed he's throwing the ball. It's a hybrid. It's something you've never seen before, and we probably won't ever see again. But it's a hard brand to say, I can be like LeBron James if you're 6 foot. It's hard. Not to mention, he has the brand of a king. His thing is King James. It is really hard for people to see themselves as kings. I don't know what that's about. I think we all should see ourselves as kings and queens in our own right. But LeBron James has coined the phrase King James on and off the court. So shout out to LeBron for winning that 4th spot for guys who changed the game with their style of play on the court as well as off the court. My 3rd pick. Now, before I say this name, I just want y'all to know I'm ready for war in the comments. So whatever you got to say, let's have it. My 3rd pick is Michael Jordan. Yes, he's an amazing player. Yes, he did amazing things. He had an amazing brand on and off the court, but he's my 3rd pick. Michael Jordan, he made you want to be like him. I want to be like Mike. I can be like Mike. Michael Jordan was dancing with Michael Jackson. To this day, got the flyest basketball shoes that you can wear on the court as well as off the court. Michael Jordan came in and he had the long shorts, dunking from the free throw line with 2 chains on. Who wanted to be number 23 before Michael Jordan? There was no number 23s. There was 32s, there was 33s, there was number 11s, but there wasn't no number 23. He changed the game on how he played, dunking the flare, ball head. Listen, he had guys rocking ball heads that can grow their hair. Guys literally had hairlines and they was just cutting their hair off. The only thing that I take away from Michael Jordan's brand is that you didn't really know Michael Jordan outside of basketball. So his whole brand was pretty much on the court. I'm gonna give Jordan number 3. My number 2 pick, although he's not number 1, he's still my favorite, Allen Iverson. I'm from Philadelphia. Allen Iverson had everyone and their grandma, literally my grandma, had braids. Don't get me wrong, Allen Iverson wasn't the first player to have braids in the NBA, but Allen Iverson was making a hell of an impact with them braids. Allen Iverson's lifestyle is something that people wanted to be a part of. He was coming to the game with big t-shirts, chains. He had such an influence on the league and the world that David Stern said, you know what? All y'all wearing suits. If you come to the game looking like Allen Iverson, there's a fine waiting for you. And everybody had to wear a suit. Allen Iverson wasn't the first person to have tattoos in the NBA. Dennis Rodman had a bunch of tattoos. But Allen Iverson had style with it. And another thing that was extremely relatable to most people, that he was killing guys. He was only about 5'11", 6 foot. Allen Iverson comes in the NBA and ISO Michael Jordan, bro. Like, you gotta think about this. Michael Jordan is at this time the biggest player all of us have ever seen. Even to Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson's been on record and was calling him the Black Jesus.
You know, it was against Black Jesus. And I always told my friends growing up, you know, that if I ever got an opportunity to try my move on the best that ever played the game, that I would.
And he said, clear it out. Hit him with his signature move, hit the shot over. At that point, every small guard knew there was a place for him on someone's team if they could do the things Allen Iverson could do. Most small guys got some speed and they closer to the ground so they can handle that ball. In fact, I don't think we paid attention to ball handling skills until Allen Iverson. Because his signature move was so unstoppable, they created the carry call. Allen Iverson was the reason they allowed zone in the NBA. So his style on the court influenced many. His style off the court influenced the people, even if they didn't watch basketball. So Allen Iverson is the number 2 spot of players who changed the game and had an amazing brand on and off the court. Make sure you guys check out our merch page at www.scoresociety.com. You'll find our latest hoodie, Brainwashed to Think Elite, about 10 ounces, but premium material. I guarantee you won't strength, guarantee you won't get none of them lint balls. And you can let everyone know you're an elite-minded player as well as an individual. Welcome to Score Society. Now let's get back to the video. Now our number 1 spot. But this might come as a surprise to some, but not all. Kobe Bryant. That's right. I'm going to give it to Kobe Bryant. Before you go crazy, before you start pulling your hair out, hear me out. Kobe Bryant was drafted number 13 for the Charlotte Hornets, then obviously went to the Lakers. His first couple years, he was coming off the bench. But his second year off the bench, he was also an all-star. Then he got the 3 rings with Shaq. But what stands out the most with Kobe is that his brand is something we all can be. Kobe Bryant brand was about work ethic. If you can outwork your competition, you could be anything in this world. He also had a brand where it made you want to work harder. And I think that's a brand that everybody can adapt to, can always live to. His brand made everyone want to step up their work ethic. And stepping up your work ethic give you great things in life. If you can stay focused, you can do the things that people don't want to do in life, you'll be highly successful in anything you do. And that's a brand that everyone can relate to. That's why I'm giving Kobe Bryant the number 1 spot on my list of players who changed the game and had a good brand on and off the court. His brand was strong enough to change people's lives. Everyone now is working hard and they now got the Mamba mentalities. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you think is the number 1 that changed the game? Who had the best brand on and off the court? Who did I forget? And before you say anybody young, make sure they did enough work that my top 5 guys, as well as my honorable mention. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Follow all our Instagram pages. And of course, check out our merch on scoresociety.com. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.